Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. You can carry on, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon to all. Is my slide is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can proceed, sir.
Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the OBE attainment, CO and PSO. As we already know that CO assessment, the assessment of CO course outcome, we have two methods. One is called direct assessment of CO. Another one is called indirect attainment of COs. So direct attainment of CO is 80%. Indirect attainment of CO is 20%. The internal assessment, the direct assessment 80% is divided into two parts. One is the internal assessment and another is the end semester assessment. End semester assessment is nothing but university examination. So internal assessment is 40% and end semester assessment is 40%. And indirect assessment is 20% for the course outcome. Then with that we are calculating the attainment of COs and the attainment of PO and PSO. So if you look at the internal assessment 40%, first we have to assign the each CO from the question paper. So we are having a practice of following the question paper, marking the CO and the PO. So for each question paper, we'll know where the CO and PO for the corresponding each question, and calculate the mark for the internal attainment level. So if you look at the CO attainment, see previously as far as the NAAC is concerned, we are following only 50%. Now we are revised this semester to 50 to 60%. So when the committee coming and because for the whatever the files we prepared, it is for 50%, not for 60%. So you are supposed to tell about the 50%, not the 60%. And the each question, whatever the mark is assigned, we are calculating for mark assigned for CO2 and mark calculated by the mark scored by a student. So we are checking whether it is a yes or no. Okay. Similarly for CO3 also. So for each cell, they the formulas also given how they put it. We prepare the Excel sheet. That Excel sheets also contain the same formula. Okay. Then attain level of CO for 60% and calculate the student for each CO. And if the student attain the mark, yes. If the students attain the mark 60% or now it is a 50%, so mark as yes. And calculate the percentage of Y. So after calculating the Y, all the percentage, so number of students attain CO and CLU, we know it, and number of students who is attained yes, calculating the total number of yes, counting the total number of yes, we are calculating the what is the percentage of level. Now we have the range of level 0 to 50, 0, 50 to 61, 60 to 75, 2, 75 to 103. So this value here, if you look at it, it is 96.36. So 96.36 coming in the range of 75 to 100. So it is 3. Similarly, for 76.36 also, it is 3. So we are assigning by the looking at the table. The number of students here, the formulas are given, and the assign the values are given, and calculate the CO for all internal assessment procedure. Consolidate all CO. So for each CO, for each CLA, we are consolidating what is the values available in the previous sheet, and we are getting the consolidated one. And each row, we are getting an average out of it. So with that average, we are converting 40%. So from the average, we are converting into 40% of the CO value, whatever the value we got it. So this is the 40% of the 3. And end semester examinations, we have we are only receiving the what is the final grade. We are not aware of the what is the mark scored by a student. So the grade is converted into equivalent mark. The look you have equivalent mark, and this with the equivalent mark, what are the assumption we are calculating it? So we have taken, we don't know the which question the students is answered. We know only the final grade. So we are making one assumption as we are, if 5 COs are there, means we are dividing the total mark into 5 divided by 5, and whatever the assigned mark also we are dividing. If it is 100 means whatever the assigned mark also we are dividing to 5, and we are checking the assessment value. So well, 60% whether it is attained or not, like that we are checking it. And so assign the mark from the question paper and attained, everything is same, and calculate the percentage of Y like a previous one. We are going to calculate the percentage of how many students are passed. So calculate the percentage of CO. Then we are looking at the table. We are assigning the value of the 3 also. What is the assigning the each value? Say 90 by 93. The range is 75 to 100. It is 3. So we are assigning the value, and like a previous case, and calculate the CO for end semester examination. Convert the CO into 40%. So we are converting CO, whatever the assigned value we got it, we are converted into 40% of it, and we got this value. And now the direct assessment, as I told in the previous slide, the internal assessment is 40% and the external is 40%. So now we have to calculate the indirect assessment. The student course outcomes are 20%. The student course outcomes are received from the students. We have to collect from the end of the course. For each course outcome, how many strongly agree, agree, no opinion, disagree, and strongly disagree. From that, the weightage is given by 4, 3, 2, 1. Then each percentage we should calculate. Then assign the value. Like a previous case, we have to assign the value. Whatever the range is given here, the corresponding assigned value you have to put it here. So here 90.53 means 75 to 100. It is 3. So now converted into 20% of this. So we are converting into 20%. Now calculate the attainment of the CO. So direct assessment, internal, and end semester examination, university examination. Indirect assessment is the course outcome. So summing 3, we are getting the percentage of attainment. So we are getting the final value. And take calculation of PO for the program articulation matrix from the syllabus. Each syllabus will have the what is the program articulation matrix. So we can see that is this. Then we should take an average of it. So for how to calculate the attainment of PO and PSO. So this table is previous table. We are getting it here. This multiply with program articulation matrix on the previous slide K3. So F3 into K3 divided by 100, we'll get the K13. What this value will get it. Then for K18, this value is average. We are taking an average value into 100 divided by this value, average value. So using this formula, we are calculating this K19 formula. This 2.8, we are calculating it. Now, after calculating the...
I have a doubt. Can I ask, sir?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes.
In the previous slide,
Yes.
you have mentioned the percentage of attainment. That is the level of attainment, right? That is not percentage. Previous slide, sir.
Which one?
The previous slide.
Value.
This one.
Value.
This one.
In the articulation matrix, next.
Articulation matrix. This one.
No. Next.
This one.
Yeah. Here, F3. That is not percentage. That is the level, I think.
Yeah, it's a level. It's a level.
Another doubt.
Yeah.
Even at the bottom also, K19. That is also
Yeah,
level, not percentage.
it is a level.
And one more doubt. It should be
Yeah.
rounded off, or we can keep the fraction as it is.
We should not round it off. It's a keep it as it is a 2.8 only.
Two decimal,
sir.
at least 2 decimal.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So calculate the individual level, attainment level. Then now after calculating it, we have to give the recommendations. So the recommendations for each one we have to give it. I think I have taken the wrong case. Sorry, I have taken the wrong file. I'll assign the another one. I have updated the 1. Yeah. So, okay, for the recommendation 1, for the course faculty, the target level of each PO and PSO is 80% average PM, program matriculation matrix. Compare with the calculated value and the target value, then we have to give our recommendation. So, this recommendation, so we have our international advisory board given the suggestion how to follow the ABET standard for following the how to close the lab. With his feedback, we have revised our mechanism, that is program outcome. This we will know what is a PO1, PO2, PO3, and 80% of target of the PAM value. Previously, the whatever the files we have prepared so far is 75%. Now we have improved it to 5% above. So it is a 80% because most of the time you are attaining the value. So we have taken the 80% of the PM value. Then whatever the attained value and recommendation the previous scanning semester. See, most of the time we never bother about what is the recommendations given by the previous scanning faculty. So this form is revised in such a way that whoever, suppose if I am offering this semester, even semester, the next course is offered the next time in the odd semester, they should collect the file from me. This form they should collect from me, and whatever the recommendation I gave it, they should fill it here, and this should be discussed in the first class course committee meeting. What is the recommendation given by the previous course handling one, and the remarks. What are the possible one I am going to incorporate or not incorporate it? That I have to give my suggestion and recommendation for the next course handling faculty. Whether what is your recommendation on the teaching learning process? This is only a teaching learning process. How to improve? Okay, so the teaching learning process has to be a continuous one. So the previous course handling faculty remarks has to be passes to the next course handling faculty. The current course and faculty feedback should be passed on to the next course handling faculty. So the loop will be continuing it, and similar to the previous one, we have given the BOS and any changes in the syllabus content and course outcome, that you can give it as it here and general remarks. So this form is updated now. So those who are preparing the course file for this semester, we are incorporated in the Excel sheet this already. So you can update it in such a way that it's a meaningful way, so that next course handling faculty, they will take your input and they will further they will process this one. And okay, this is the theory file evaluation, mapping between course outcome and program outcome, syllabus course committee meeting, and everything is same only. Now I have added here innovative teaching and learning practices. So this one, every time they are asking it. This time I have included in the Google form also what are the innovative teaching processes available in the worldwide. I have taken from the Google. Apart from this method, we have many methods like this. This is the sample-based, project-based learning, flipped classroom, play, brainstorming, concept mapping, creativity, interactivity, zigzag, peer teaching, technology, adaptive teaching, computational thinking, flexible learning environment, gamification, remote lab, storytelling, virtual programming lab, puzzle, personalized learning, blended learning, active learning, sports-based learning, argue with science. Apart from this, many methods are available. So we given any other type also, we have given that in the Google form. So whatever the method you are following it up, you can fill it up and give it and corresponding proof also you should attach. So every month, whenever you are following a new innovative teaching methodology in your class, that should be reported and documented properly, so that because we are next time we are MBA, we are next another 2 years we are going for an MBA. At that time, while you are collecting your feedback and other things, we have to prepare a report on innovative teaching and learning practices also. That time it will be very helpful for us. So whatever the methodology you are following it up. So these are some of the samples I have taken from the Google, and for each one, if you are clicking it, if you are putting in Google, what is the corresponding meaning, how to perform this innovative teaching activity in the classroom, nicely they explain. It's a very simple one. Most of the time, we are for practicing this type of innovative teaching method, but we may not know what is the title they are forming it out. So I gave the title because I while browsing the Google and each one, when I'm what is the meaning of each one, when I'm finding the meaning for each one, most of the subject we are following this type of heading, this type of activity, but we are not reporting in a proper way under the heading of innovative teaching. Okay, so I given some guidelines, the sample headings for the innovative teaching learning practice. So please Google it and find out each one, each title. So what are the methods, how they are doing this this type of activity, so we can practice it in the next semester onwards, this type of innovating teaching learning practice activity, and we can report it in our Google form also under the heading of any other activity. I reformed as any other academic activity and a teaching learning activity, so that our innovative practice can be reported there. So now the Google form is circulated this month also. The odd semester and even semester, whatever the so far you practice the innovative teaching learning practice, you create a report and submit it in a Google form, so that the record will be saved in our data make drive. So further it will be retrieved properly for our report. And content beyond the syllabus. So whatever the content beyond syllabus also has to be keep it in with you. And okay, the remaining and all we know it. Thank you. If you are having any other doubt, I will ready to clarify it.